officially another week. We started this job back up. Finally excited to get back in here and show you guys what's going on. We had another week before we had these guys, but now we're starting to make some serious progress. If you can already tell, there's no more staircase. You can see down there, lots of digging going on. It's pretty loud, so I won't be doing any commentary live for you guys. I'll do a voiceover when I hop down there, but you can see that I totally gutted that staircase. You can see some framing and stuff down there in the back corner, just lots of debris, lots of junk, and you can see him, he's shoveling right now, getting this dirt out. So this is going to be really exciting. I'm actually going to head over to the other side and we're going to see what's going on over there. So the truck's about to be back as well, so we got some guys over here. That's where they got the tollway zone for the dirt. They're doing street sweeping, so we can't park on the side of the road, unfortunately. But if we make our way over here, you can see that staging area from the first couple videos. A little bit expanded, you know, more stuff, more material over here, but mostly the same. Here's the conveyor layout that we got going on with our nice little rig that the guys built to hold this thing up. Let's see if you can see down there. Just a little bit. You can see some dirt, some silhouettes, all that good stuff, but some seriously great progress this week, especially last week. Last week went really well too. I think I'm going to throw the footage in there as well. I can't remember if that was a shorter week. It was actually. Okay, so last week, they were only here for 2 days. They started on a Thursday and Friday, so wasn't able to record all that much. So I'm just going to mix those two into this video. But with that said, I'm going to hop down there, show you guys what's going on in the basement. And like I said, I'll take that away with the voiceover. See you guys in a bit. All right, so it's a little bit quieter, so I'm able to talk down here now. But you can see here, this whole back wall that used to be, you know, all a little bit higher. They got that dug out and they're starting to work on the footers back here. You can see that staircase they're standing under. They got it supported with some 2 supporting pillars, some temporary pillars. Got the large pile in here from all the footers and all that good stuff. Take a look over here. This pretty much looks all the same. This is their main staging area where they got all their stuff. And this is what I was talking about, all the junk, the staircase, the wall. So yeah, when you get all this space nice and opened up, it's so nice that you can just fit all this stuff without it getting in your way. You can see this looking phenomenal. I'm about to grab the camera. You can see one there, as well as the second one over there in that corner. But with that said, I'll leave you guys with a time lapse for this week. You guys kicked ass, so can't wait for you guys to see that. So I figured I don't do too much behind the scenes stuff for you guys, so I'll actually take you into how I get the footage out of this bad boy for you. So first things first, you can see it's pretty damn dusty, so I don't like this in my car, so I just leave them outside on the street usually while I take the camera out. But with that said, let's go ahead and do that for you. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Maybe. That's gonna be trickier than I thought. Well, looks like the jeans are getting dirty today. All right, so just unclamp this. This is their construction housing. So you can see that opens, that clamps in the way, so it's not gonna open all the way, but that's cool with me. And then here's the actual camera. You see that bad boy in there? We're just gonna pop this bad boy out. So you can see that. There's a little slot for the camera to actually look out while keeping it protected. I'll put that bad boy up here. And then I'll just close this bad boy, put it on the side of the road. Make sure no one runs it over, that's important. And we have the camera. So it's a super, super easy camera to use. You can see there's 2 buttons on the top, 3 on the back, and that's really all the buttons on this bad boy. But you can see here, so that's your record. That's your power button. So we're just gonna hit the pause button, play and pause. You can see there, kind of hard to see, it says processing, but there you go. Battery lasted about a week on this bad boy. You can see that battery indicator right there. So these things do pretty well at a 1-minute interval. You can see there on the right. So it tells you all your information there on the screen. This thing is super, super, super nice. You can see that right there. But I'm gonna turn this bad boy off and we're gonna get into the SD card. So you're just gonna hold the power button, turn the bad boy off, and if we flip it to the side here, you can see it has a SD slot and a USB port over here on the side. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead, pop this bad boy open with the screwdriver. That's what I like to do. You can see here, actually, this might take 2 hands, so I'm gonna put you guys down for a sec. All right, perfect. So with that popped open, the SD card is right there at the top, and I simply just pop this bad boy out. Boom, just like that. And then I'm gonna grab that, and then I just simply upload the footage, clear the SD card if it's getting full, put it back in the camera, change out the batteries, and I'll show you that too as well real quick. So it's actually under this plate right here, so you can see where there's 3 little buttons, what would you call those? 3 little circles are at, so that's actually your grip to pull down the battery. You can see here You have this bolt on the bottom that you unscrew, so I'm actually show you that real quick. So you're gonna unscrew this bolt. So with that bolt unscrewed, you can see this is the actual camera. Super tiny, super, you can fit it anywhere. And like I said, you don't need the construction housing. We just use it because we work on the job site. So if we were to drop this bad boy, get pretty bruised up, but super tiny. You can fit this pretty much anywhere. And there's 3 buttons right here. You're gonna push down. That's gonna pop this little panel off. And you have your batteries inside. So yeah, it takes 2 AA's, and there's a battery extension kit if you want to get that as well. But we found with the setup we run, we really only need this with some rechargeable batteries, and it lasts a whole week. And then by that time, I'm coming around to pick the cameras up, so the battery never dies. Fantastic. Can't recommend these little things enough, guys. But with that said, we'll get back into the video. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, another phenomenal week for these guys. These guys are just killing it. So as you can see here, they have this whole section that's pretty much been untouched since the beginning of this project, just because we were waiting on the other trades. So you can see they got all the dirt still up here at the previous floor level, and they're going to start to slowly dig that away and get rid of that, which they're able to do in 1 week, which was phenomenal, like I said. But you can see here they got their large pile of dirt in the center, just digging away slowly at all the dirt from that previous floor. You can see they're starting to do footers over there as well. They're starting to dig the footer holes. And then the same idea as before, they're going to do that sequencing pattern. So they're not going to do all of them at the same time. They're going to break them up one after the other. And we're going to switch back over here to this camera angle, and you can really see what I'm talking about. So they're starting to dig over to that back wall, clearing a space for a footer right here on the left side. And they're going to start to dig that footer hole here shortly. You can see just how much room was opened up by just getting rid of that previous floor. It's honestly a whole new basement at this point. And you can see that footer hole I was talking about. They're going to put that vapor barrier inside, all that good stuff. And then getting rid of more dirt. So since they're unpacking this dirt by shoveling it out and it's not as compressed, there's a lot more dirt all compared to like the floor level, which is always crazy to see. So a little cube of dirt, it's nice and compacted, which makes it look smaller compared to when they start breaking it up and moving it around. But you can see here, pretty much all that dirt has been excavated now, and they're back up to that back wall. They're starting to bring in the bags of concrete as well. The bag concrete is great just because, like I said, you can store it on site. The guys can use it when they need it, and they have plenty of bags for the amount of work that they got to do. And if they do need bags, it's just a quick Home Depot run or a Lowe's run, whatever's closer, honestly. And you can see here, guys are working hard. You can see they're starting to build frames and stuff with all the wood. So we build all of our framing and all that stuff on site. It's just a lot easier, especially in terms of getting the material through the small access holes that we have. This is one of the smaller holes that we have on this job, minus the staircase, which you can see there on the right, which I'm curious. Oh, they just removed right now. There you go. So no more staircase. Now it's a ladder. And then this is the fun part of these jobs, is when we actually remove the access point, we got to change it up a little bit. Like you can see, they put the ladder right there. And they're going to stay down there, but when they need to leave, they're going to move the ladder over to where the staircase was. But yeah, super, super great work this week, honestly. You can see the homeowner down there taking a look while the guys were working. You can just see how all the junk happens too. All the junk just builds up. So this is what I'm talking about with space. Make sure you have space on these jobs just so you have some room to move around as well as storage. That's very important, especially if you have a larger crew. But yeah, phenomenal work this week, I will say. I was not expecting them to get this far when I looked at it last time, but then again, it wasn't too much work for the amount of guys we had down there, so great stuff. You can see here from this angle as well just how big this room is now. This is a perfect angle to showcase that, just how open it is. And once we get rid of all the excess material, all the dirt and stuff, it'll look even bigger. You can see they're starting to pour the footers here, so you can see some poured concrete, some forms going up, all that great stuff. We're getting close to the end of the video here. It was a really super quick week. The guys only worked, I think, 3-4 days. But with that said, I'm going to leave you guys with the outro to this video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more Gold's Concrete. Later.